Caitlin, could you tell us a little bit about your eye, the hit, if it affected you, how it affected you, and through the rest of the game? Thanks.
Obviously a tough time for that to happen. I got some really good looks. I felt I had three wide open threes in the first half. Overall, Coach said in the locker room, we were down 3 the first quarter, down 5 second quarter, and then lost by 3 in the third. We were right there, and I felt like we just played a crappy game.
Caitlin Clark just got poked in the eye during a playoff game, and you won't believe who did it. DiJonai Carrington, the same player who called Clark out for flopping, straight up jabbed her in the eye 90 seconds into the game. No foul called. Clark's eye turned black. The whole WNBA is losing it. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Imagine this. It's the first playoff game of 2024. The crowd's buzzing. Then boom. Carrington's hand meets Clark's face. Clark drops to the floor, holding her eye.
With no whistle. Now there's nothing Indiana.
The refs? They're just standing there. No whistle, nothing. Clark's got a shiner, and the fans are going crazy online. You know what's crazier? This isn't just about one play. Experts are losing their minds. Fans are at each other's throats. It's like the whole league just exploded. But why is everyone freaking out over this eye poke? You won't believe what happened next. Remember when basketball was just about putting the ball in the hoop? Now we're talking about nails as weapons. Yeah, you heard that right. And it's not just random fans. The big names are weighing in on this eye poke drama. Dave Portnoy, the outspoken media mogul, didn't hold back.
I felt like my shot felt right there. That's why it's so frustrating as a shooter, when it feels so good, but it won't go down for you. That's what sucks about it, but like I said, I'm proud of our team. We didn't shoot the ball like we're capable of, but even that to the side, we're capable of winning this game without making shots. Our defense could have been a little bit better. We were down 8 or something, maybe 11 going into the fourth. We had our chances. I felt like I said, we didn't play well. We didn't play to the level that we're capable of playing.
He fired off a tweet that's got everyone talking. Why does the WNBA let players wear gigantic nails if they use them as weapons? We're lucky Caitlin didn't lose an eye. Portnoy's not just stirring the pot. He's pointing out a serious safety issue that's been hiding in plain sight. But Portnoy's not the only one sounding the alarm. Experts and commentators across the board are raising red flags about player safety in the WNBA. They're worried about how physical the game's getting and the risk of injuries from incidents like Carrington's poke. It's not just about one play anymore. It's about the future of the sport. The WNBA's under the microscope now. Everyone's wondering if they're going to change their rules to stop this from happening again. Imagine new safety gear, or even a nail-length limit. It sounds crazy, but that's how serious this is getting. And let's talk about Caitlin Clark for a second. She's tough as nails, pun intended. After the game, with a black eye and all, she said, "I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down." No excuses, no blame game. That's the kind of player she is. But here's where it gets really interesting. People are asking if Carrington did this on purpose. There's history between these two players, and some folks think this wasn't just a random accident. The rivalry's real, and this incident just turned up the heat. This eye poke is more than just a foul. It's sparking a whole conversation about how the WNBA handles player conduct and safety. Some people think we might see stricter rules coming down the pipeline. The league's got to balance keeping the game exciting and keeping the players safe. Safety concerns are huge, but there's a whole other layer to this drama. Did you catch the part where Carrington and Clark have been going at it all season? The eye poke might just be the tip of the iceberg in this heated face-off. You see, Carrington and Clark have a history that goes way beyond this one incident. Earlier in the season, Carrington took a shot at Clark's playing style. After getting called for a foul, she mocked Clark's flopping antics. It was clear then that there was no love lost between these two. But here's where it gets really interesting. While Clark's been making headlines as the rookie sensation, Carrington's been quietly building her own success story. She's emerged as a top contender for the WNBA's Most Improved Player award, averaging an impressive 12.7 points per game. That's a big jump from her previous seasons. Carrington's journey to this point hasn't been easy. She's had to overcome 2 ACL tears in her career, but she's turned those setbacks into comebacks, transforming into a key player for the Connecticut Sun. She's not just scoring points, she's making a huge impact on both ends of the court. Now, imagine these 2 players, both on the rise, both with something to prove, facing off on the court. The tension was already high before the eye poke incident. Fans were watching their every move, analyzing their interactions, trying to figure out who'd come out on top. And then, the eye poke happened. Suddenly, this rivalry that had been simmering all season long exploded into the spotlight. Everyone's talking about it. Fans are taking sides. The whole league is buzzing with speculation about what this means for future matchups between Carrington and Clark. But here's the kicker. Carrington's not just known for this incident. She's actually gained a reputation for her defensive skills. In fact, she's been a big factor in limiting Clark's performance when they've faced each other. Remember Clark's debut against the Sun? She struggled. And a lot of that was down to Carrington's defensive pressure. So now we've got this perfect storm. 2 rising stars, a history of tension, and a controversial incident that's got everyone talking. It's like gasoline on a fire, intensifying a rivalry that was already pretty heated. The drama was far from over. As Clark stepped back onto the court, nobody could have predicted the roller coaster that was about to unfold, or the way fans would react. You'd think after getting poked in the eye, Caitlin Clark would be out for the count. But nope, she's tough as nails. She played a whopping 36 minutes in that game. That's insane. But here's the kicker. Her shooting? It was way off. Clark's usually a sharpshooter, but this time her shots just weren't falling. Now you're probably thinking, was it the eye poke? Well, Clark's not making excuses. After the game, with her eye all swollen, she said, "I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down." That's Caitlin for you. No blame game, just straight up owning her performance. But get this, even with her shooting off, Clark still dished out 8 assists. That's right, she couldn't see straight, but she was still setting up her teammates like a boss. Talk about playing through the pain. Now, let's talk about the fans. They were going crazy online. Some were all, "Clark's tough, she'll bounce back." Others were like, "Maybe she should have sat this one out." It was like a social media war zone out there. You know what's wild? This whole eye poke drama actually fired up Clark's fan base even more. They're rallying behind her like never before. It's like they're saying, "You can poke our girl in the eye, but you can't keep her down." And here's where it gets really interesting. This whole incident, it's setting up one heck of a comeback story. You know how sports fans love a good underdog tale? Well, Clark's got all the makings of an epic bounce-back narrative. People are already buzzing about her next game. Will she come out guns blazing? Or will the eye poke have lasting effects? The fans are split. Some think she'll come back stronger than ever, with a chip on her shoulder. Others are worried this might be the start of a slump. But one thing's for sure, everyone's going to be watching that next game. And let's not forget about Carrington in all this. She's probably feeling the heat too. Will she change her aggressive style, or will she double down? The next matchup between these 2 is going to be must-see TV. So, what's next for the WNBA after this eye-poking drama? The league's got some serious thinking to do. We've seen the backlash, heard the experts, and now everyone's wondering, how will the WNBA keep players safe without killing the game's intensity? Dave Portnoy's tweet about those long nails really got people talking. Will we see new rules about player appearance? And what about tougher penalties for rough play? The league's got to balance keeping things exciting and keeping everyone in one piece. But let's not forget about Caitlin Clark. She's tough, she's talented, and she's not making excuses. Will this incident fire her up for the next game? Fans are dying to see how she bounces back. What do you think the WNBA should do? The next matchup between Clark and Carrington is going to be epic. Don't miss it.